Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Warcraft Rumble dungeon guide, I'm going to take a look at Gnomeregan on a Blackrock week with Drakkisath army with no talents whatsoever. First, let's recap the boss mechanics. The first boss, the Crowd Pummeler, melee cannon attacks can knock player units off the platform. So yeah, whenever you engage this in melee, then it's going to spin and any units engaging it are going to be thrown away. And those units, if they're flying units, they can just fly back. But if they are ground units, then if they happen to land on the platform, then yeah, they can go back. But often they are just thrown away from the platform and they are gone. There's also a targeting reticle that's going to move around, and then there's going to be long-range shots, and those also throw your minis away. So pretty annoying boss as such. Then there's two places where the shields spawn, and when there is a shield and you pick that shield up, also bosses minis pick up the shield's note, then when you pick the shield up, you're temporarily immune to the knockback. So this can be useful to get some damage in. But the main strategy I usually use in this one is to try to engage from two directions with ranged minis. So taking this meeting stone is really important so that you can easily engage from two directions, and use some unbounds to keep the boss occupied so that the ranged minis can shoot at it. Also, the boss, in addition to its regular army, also has some bonus save pilots that it's going to throw into the rings. So if you don't pick up the rings really quickly, then some save pilot is going to pick them up. But with some ranged damage dealers from two sides, this shouldn't be too much of a problem. Second boss, Electrocutioner, is generally considered to be the most difficult boss in Gnomeregan. Yeah, this is really annoying. You're going to be swarmed with stuff, and then the towers are rocket towers, so they're going to shoot if you try to go to the mid lane. They're going to have long range all over the place, and there's poisonous fumes near the rocket towers, which will hurt all of your minis, ground and flying. So the key to taking this map is you need to secure a tower real quick. You preferably want to take both towers, although sometimes you can also just do a push from one side. Preferably it's typically the left side because there's a gold vein here, really easily accessible. But it can be either side, and both towers is also a great strategy. But taking a tower real quickly. Traditionally it's been Sappers, or Meatwagon, or Gargoyle. And I guess Blackrock Week has kind of added Drakkisath with Shaman to make an armored Drakkisath to the list, or maybe a Fire Elemental with Shaman. Those kinds of things you can also attempt. But you need to secure at least one tower, because otherwise you're just going to get overwhelmed really quickly. And even if you have secured a tower, then the boss shoots a lot, so a resistant tank definitely helps, or some unbounds to distract the boss's attention and then just try to get to the boss and beat it down. But yeah, even surviving in this one is really, really hard. And finally, the third boss, Mekgineer Thermaplugg, uses Welding Beam to eliminate all nearby units, controls switches to summon walking bombs for big damage. So you cannot damage Thermaplugg directly. Instead, there's going to be these vats that will spawn, 3 on the left side, 3 on the right side, and whoever breaks the vat sends a bomb to the base of the other one. Note also that the boss's minis can hurt your base. So the boss will summon, for example, Molten Giants, and you will need to stop those. You can't hurt the boss, but the Molten Giant can hurt your base. So this is like a game of whack-a-mole. You're going to scroll to the left and to the right and to all sorts of directions. You're going to try to keep minis near these vats at all times so that they can break them instantly. And only ground minis can break them, so flying minis are kind of useless here, other than for killing some Molten Giants. Also, there's 2 gold nodes here, so you can try to mine these as often as possible to keep yourself in good gold supply, and then just keep sending minis on both sides so that you will cover as much ground as possible. You will get to break the vats and the boss will die. And this is the arm that I have been using when I have no talents at all. I'm using Pyromancer, I'm using Whelp Eggs, I'm using Firehammer, Warsong Raider, Quillbore, and Plague Farmer. This has been a tough week to run without talents, because Drakkisath plus Shaman that gives Drakkisath Earth Shield and Armored is actually really strong combo in this one, especially in map 2, which is generally the most difficult map. And if you don't have that Earth Shield talent on your Shaman, then well, you can't use that. I mean, you can still use Drakkisath to an extent, but Drakkisath is nowhere near as good without that. So, what to do? I mean, Gargoyle, Sappers, Meatwagon, they are all still options, but I actually had the most success by running Warsong Raider here for the second boss to hit at those towers. I'm also trying to find some more firepower by using Firehammer here, And then whelps, even though I don't have a talent for whelps, I have used whelps as a trap and then something pops them and then they start shooting at it. So it has kind of been useful, although I have also experimented with Bat Rider in that slot, but I'm not really certain yet. Anyway, this is the build that I have had the most success with without talents, so I guess this is what I recommend first and foremost if you don't have talents to run that Drakkisath Shaman combo. And this is what it all looks like in action. So here we go, Gnomeregan, Drakkisath, no talents. Orange difficulty, although it's just barely orange, so it's almost like a yellow. But anyway, alright, I want to grab that stone, and then I want to start attacking from that stone, and I want to grab the shields, but now I'm a little too late with the Plague Farmer. Should have maybe sent the Awesome Raider that way, it would have been able to grab the shield, although then it would have still struggled sort of with all the chickens. Anyway, I'm trying to get access to this meeting stone, but that one is not going too well either. Quillboard to distract so that Firehammer can start unloading on that bear. Mountaineer's trying to heal it, but as Firehammer picks up speed, then yeah, damage is coming in. And now Firehammer is just firehammering all over the place. And look at the way it's firehammering all over those guys. And yeah, that so far now we are sort of getting the meeting stone, except that the Harvest Golem picks it up. But I used the Whelpex as a trap for the Harvest Golem. Now, Harvest Golem cannot hit air, so Harvest Golem is just going to be hit repeatedly by the Whelpex until it dies. And okay, I'm still trying to work on that meeting stone. I'm still trying to get access to the boss. Now I have whelps, and one of them has the shield. So the shielded one, as you can see, was temporarily immune. And now we're starting to get where I want to be. I have a Pyromancer coming from the left side. I have a Plague Farmer coming from below. So now we're having ranged minis coming from two directions, so they cannot all be handled with a single spell or attack, although now there was a spell and an attack on different sides. But anyway, damage is pouring in, and look at that Firehammer go. And Unbound minis distract, Firehammer deal damage. First boss is down. And on to Electrocutioner, the second boss. Alright, what's happening? Some kind of attack coming, but it's coming really slowly. I'm trying to send Drakkisath out there. I have Warsong Raider specifically to try to take those towers. But now I'm using Drakkisath because Warsong Raider was not offered to me and Drakkisath was, and it looked like the push from the boss was coming quite slowly and from far back. So that just gave me a great opportunity to try to get Drakkisath out there. And Drakkisath, Firehammer, boom, we actually take down a tower. That's wonderful, and we defend the first push. Sometimes the first push comes from one of the towers, in which case you kind of have to defend that first and then try to counterattack. But this time for some reason they started from the back. Anyway, now we get to see the Warsong Raider in action. Well, we could have if I didn't watch elsewhere, but Warsong Raider is still doing a splendid job. Look at it hit at that tower. That's 16 Raider versus 16 tower, and Raider took it easily, so even a Raider with lower levels would still be doing a fine job there. However, there were too many enemy minis, I can't hold on to it. I'm trying to get a Quillboard to like poke at that tower a little bit, so at least I keep it from becoming a rocket tower again. That's an important thing still. Alright, no reinforcements are coming. Nothing can be deployed there because it's not ready yet. And Quillboard's keeping it in check, but my other tower is about to fall. Trying to save it with the Plague Farmer, but no. Bear too strong. Again, I'm trying to salvage this somehow, but yeah, this is what the second boss often looks like. It's a struggle. I managed to get the right tower up though. Well done, Quillboard, you did a splendid job. And then another Quillboard poking at the left tower. And I'm sending the Warsong Raider in. And Warsong Raider is fast, which is actually bad in the third map, but it's good here. Because it goes there right when it's needed, and look at it. Look at it just taking the tower down again. That's some Warsong Raider action. I still need to work more on testing the Warsong Raiders, but at least in the talentless build, I truly like the Warsong Raiders here. Okay, so now I have both towers. One tower is almost destroyed though. That one can't take a hit, so we're deploying Drakkisath there. We get to push an assault. Okay, so far so good. Both towers are up. Drakkisath from one direction. Warsong Raider coming at the boss from behind. Quillboar distracting. Warsong Raider just punching at that boss. Go Warsong Raider, punch! Well, there's some spiderlings on top of it, so it's not going to last. But be that as it may, we're trying to save the tower. We're just able to save the tower. Alright, so now a bit of a lull in action. Nothing much going on except the Harvest Golem. And those Harvest Golems, they're just so strong. They can almost like take towers on their own. I wonder if I should try Harvest Golem in this map myself, because they just seem to be bonkers. Anyway, Drakkisath going in again. Warsong Raider from one side, Drakkisath from another side. This time the Warsong Raider, though, will not make it all the way to the boss. And we're closing in on overtime. I'm desperately trying to push through, but there's always something to respond. Like this Drakki is still doing a great job, even without the Shaman friend. Maybe I should have supported that Drakki push a little bit more. Letting Drakki be killed by those spiderlings was not ideal. And now the tower versus Harvest Golem, name a more iconic battle. It just keeps going on. And I'm trying to send Drakkisath out there again. Trying to distract with the Quillboar. And now, 32 seconds left, I've decided that, okay, we need to keep pushing from this side. This side is now wide open. We have Drakkisath almost already at the boss. We need to support Drakki with everything we've got. And we do, and Drakki takes the boss down, and boom, that's a victory. Only one more boss to go, and this is the easiest boss, although there's one of those Prowlers again. Just look at the speed of that Prowler, but a quick Quillboar distracted the Prowler, and Pyromancer with its long range was just able to take down that Vat or whatever it is called. But now, I'm trying to mine, and I'm trying to play this game of whack-a-mole, positioning minis on the left, on the right, on the left, on the right, just constantly. But I'm being swarmed by Prowlers again. And here, because Firehammer costs 4, Warsong Raider costs 4, there are definitely some cost issues when it comes to doing it this one. I have been trying to find a way to alleviate those, but without talents I just can't seem to find that. Here I prioritize trying to get more of those Vats broken over letting the safe pilot just shoot my base a little bit. I get to mine a bit, that's nice. Mining, placing more minis. And now there's a Prowler again. Those Prowlers, there's always a Prowler. Pyro is nice, but Prowler takes down all of my minis, and they also get the Vats. Ouch, that one hurts. I get to mine again. Okay, well, it's still roughly even. I might be a little bit ahead even. So even though it feels a little bit catastrophic and I'm really struggling here to keep up, then it's not actually numbers-wise going that poorly. We're still an even match the boss here. Just trying to get more stuff out there and trying to mine. Mining is really important here. So mining, Plague Farmer doing great job there. But I think I managed to distract. Yeah, I managed to distract the Gnoll just in time. And I managed to distract those two, but those Prowler coming in again, and oh, Prowler getting a few of my units killed, and a Vat on top. Yeah, those Prowlers, they have been the most difficult thing to answer in this map, definitely. And I'm often getting swarmed by them. But as you can see, even though I'm getting swarmed by the Prowlers, and the Prowlers get some favorable trades, I'm still doing okay. I mean, I'm not winning this by like a mile, but I'm still winning. I'm still ahead. And right now it starts to look like the boss will not have the time, will not have the means to come back to this. I'm sufficiently far ahead. I have Drakkisath killing one of the Vats. I have the Plague Farmer now on the other side taking one down, and the boss goes down. Game of Whack-a-Mole is over, and so is the dungeon with no talents. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.